Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to my podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. Today I have an actor on my side. To be honest, I watched a first vertical with him. I think it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, not so long time ago. I think it was November, the first one. And I only watched the vertical with him because one of the ladies in the monthly recap said I had to watch this. So yeah, for me, he was a bit unknown, but now I'm trying to do my best to get to know his reasons for the verticals, his stuff he's doing in the verticals. So let's talk. And I say hello to Ryan Larson and welcome to my podcast, Ryan.
Oh, hi there.
Finally.
Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Yeah. Let's see if it's a pleasure or not. Just kidding.
That's not up to me to decide. I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah, that's mostly important. The first vertical I saw with you, Ryan, you were a Mafia guy. Yeah.
Can you be more specific? Done a few of those.
It was not the one with the blind one. It was the other Mafia.
Okay.
What was the title? Sorry, I'm so bad in the title stuff.
Taming of a Billionaire. You talked about Blind Desire. The Mafia's Innocent Lover.
Yes, exactly.
That
That one.
one?
The
That is
Mafia's
to date.
Innocent Lover. I saw
That is
that was
to date the most violent vertical that I've shot.
Yeah.
I think I kill like 12 people on screen. And
that was
several
my
people
first
off
one I
screen.
saw of you. So I was okay.
I spent like 2 or 3 days in that shoot, just covered in blood.
Did you even wash it up? Or did you went to
So,
sleep straight,
think
covered in
We
blood?
shot that over a couple of days, and fun story behind that, because that was when I shoot an important character. After a conversation with this important character, I won't spoil anything for fans who have not seen it yet. And we shot that old bar with a lot of like dry, unfinished wood everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the makeup artist, who was also the special effects person, was terrified of just shooting, like getting fake blood at any of this wood because it would just soak right in and stain immediately. So we laid down plastic tarps everywhere over this bar. And then he's hiding right behind camera for that shot. When I pull the trigger, he had a little syringe full of fake blood that he was going to shoot out for a blood splatter. And I'm supposed to like shoot the person, and then the blood splatters, and then I say this line looking just off camera. It was this big dramatic moment. And so I'm pointing the prop gun. And the makeup artist is just so terrified. He went, and he like really shot that out. It went straight into my eye. It formed that beautiful, perfect blood splatter you see, but straight into my eye. And immediately my eye slammed shut. And I was just like,
Hello?
I'm sorry, everyone. It's glued shut. We had to cut while they like wiped my eyes so I could say the line.
Oh shit.
But it made this great like across the face blood splatter that I had for 2 or 3 days of shooting. Because it's in like 4 scenes. It's like at no point does he wash his face.
I saw a few verticals of you now,
Okay.
and I'm thinking about, have you ever been a really nice one? I only saw you in a Mafia style one or in a dominant type or
You know, the dumb ones are nice. Tie me up. He's a good guy. He's a
yeah,
good guy. He's
yeah.
he's a green flag. Jackson King he's a consent king. He's a good guy.
Let's say not directly green one. I would say a yellow one.
Is that because he strips at the beginning?
No, no. But it was type of cliche with this leather gloves. Oh, come on. They looked stupid.
Come on,
They
those
looked
outfits were
stupid.
fantastic. We had the vinyl pants, we had the suspender
You like this
harness.
outfit, huh?
I liked every outfit on that shoot. It was fun. I'm a fan.
Of the outfits.
Sure. Um,
Did you do some research for that shooting?
I did a lot of research for that one, actually. I really did. That's the second BDSM one that I did. The first one was my first one I did in the West about a year ago. That was breaking the CEO's playroom, which I didn't have time to do research on that one. They basically flew me out and I shot the next day. It was just like, no time to really dive in.
Mm-hmm.
This one I had a little bit more time. I knew that I was booked on it. That one was shot immediately after Mafia's Innocent Lover, and I knew about it before I even booked
Okay.
Mafia's Innocent Lover. So
Yeah.
I had plenty of time. So I joined a couple of online communities of BDSM and fetish enthusiasts. I went to a flogging seminar in Toronto.
Really?
Yes. We had our intimacy coordinator. We had an on-set BDSM consultant who's a professional dominatrix, who
Oh,
is
that's
one of my
great.
favorite people in the world and one of my best friends now, which is great.
That's great that
I
you have
absolutely adore her.
such
No,
an
it was
expert.
well, so initially they weren't going to have her, and then the intimacy coordinator, Rebecca Lashmer, who's I worked with her on probably 8 or 9 verticals, and she's amazing. She's phenomenal. Um, she's the one who actually fought to have somebody who was more involved in this community because
Yeah.
we wanted not just spicy, but an accurate uh, and reasonable representation of the BDSM community because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's a big thing. And so they brought in should I say her name? I don't know. Um, I will. They brought in Lady Delphine, and she's wonderful. And she was on set with us to not only talk about, here's the proper form for this, or this is how this device is supposed to be used, or whatever, but also I looked at her on day one and I was like, listen, in addition to what you're doing, I would love if you give me feedback and make sure that I'm doing a good job
Yeah.
representing a dominant and not just that I'm depicting how that relationship with the sub reasonably should go in a healthy situation because it's supposed to be a healthy depiction of this relationship and not just being an asshole. And if you I don't know if I can say that, sorry.
No,
And
fine. It's my podcast.
if it
I allow
that's
you
right.
that to say.
Why, thank you. if
You're
if I'm
welcome.
doing something that seems like, Ryan, you're just kind of being a dick, or it's not really reading, or this isn't how this would go, then please let me know. And so it was great to have that feedback, then that back and forth. So yeah, I did do a good amount of research on that one.
Did you go to a strip club researching
I did not go to a strip
or
club.
pole dancing stuff or I don't know?
I did not. So that fun story. The script for that moment, which is the whole like strip dance part in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
In the script, it's like there's dialogue, and then he ties her up puts her
Yeah.
hands in the
Yeah.
handcuffs, and then it's dialogue, 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 and then it just says he dances against her body. Cut to he takes off the handcuffs.
That's
That's it.
all?
It just he dances against her body. So I went to the director, Steph DeBlizo, and I said, "Hey, Steph, what do you want for this line? It just says he dances. You want just like a little body roll action, or do you want just like a quick little thing?" And she's like, "Did you prepare anything?" I went, "No, I did not prepare anything." And she says, "Well, we don't need much. We just need 3.5, maybe 4 minutes tops a few dancing. I was like, 4 minutes is a whole damn song.
That's long. Four
That's a
minutes
lot
is
of choreography.
long.
When I said, when do we picture up? And she said we got about 5 minutes. And I looked at Lady Delphine and I said, so listen, I know that you're a dominatrix, but do you have any experience being a go-go boy at a strip club? And she goes, nope, but we will workshop this together. So
Well,
we
that's
just
cool.
she was like, I don't know, you've got this, we get the strip pole or the dancing pole. You've got Miss Maddie handcuffed to the thing, and then you've got all these lovely BG actresses out in the crowd that you can interact with. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And so I said, screw it, we're just going to channel our inner magic Mike and wing it. And so I go up on stage for that moment, and then they call camera and they're ready to call action. I said, hold on, can I request a song? And they said, yeah, we'll add something in post, so sure. And I said, obviously it's going to be Pony by Genuine for the Magic Mike moment. And they started playing it, and I just went and I swung around the pole, and I blanked out, channeled my inner Magic Mike, and all of Maddie's reactions when I grab her or grab the chains or slam her up against me or grab her leg, all genuine. This poor woman was not acting because she had no idea what I was gonna do because nothing's choreographed. I had no idea what I was gonna do.
Yeah,
This
but
is day
mostly that's
two,
the
by the
best.
way. Oh, it was
But that's
great.
mostly the best.
There's a moment, and I think it makes it in the final cut, where I pointed to this BG actress and I do one of these, and she comes running over and she puts her hands on my chest and slides her hands down. And then again, none of this is choreographed. She grabs onto my belt when she gets down to the past my abs, grabs onto the belt and just like latches on. And I heard from behind monitor the client was over there, and I heard her squeal with excitement. I was like, that moment is definitely going to make it in the movie, and it did.
Yeah, but that's good. You know, sometimes I hate it when there is kind of stuff treated but not really respectful. You know what I mean?
We wanted to make sure to respect it. Yeah.
Even if it's BDSM, as you said, it's a big
Especially if it's
community.
BDSM.
It's
This is a
yeah,
big community, and this is a sensitive thing for a lot of
and
people.
it's for a lot of people a real job doing that.
It's a
So
real job. It's a
you
real
cannot
lifestyle
make
for
fun
people.
out of it or playing
It's
it
a
ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, I think it's our jobs always to play things as close to the heart as we can, as close to home as we can. Um, but in this case, especially because it was like the sort of sensitive nature of what we were doing, we wanted to do as accurate and honest a depiction as we could, faithful depiction, if you will.
So you did two of these spicy verticals. What fascinates you and this kind of stuff, or this kind of
Um,
theme in verticals? Because and when I started watching verticals, there were no verticals with stuff like that. And
mm,
lately, there was
there's
kind
been more.
of a lot. Got
Mm,
a lot of BDSM stuff out, but some of them you saw exactly that they tried to do it, but they didn't do it with respect. You know what I mean? And I spoke, for example, with an intimacy coordinator, and I asked her how they treat this BDSM stuff and if they are having experts on set. And
mhm.
she told me lately that for the two BDSM where she was intimacy coordinator, they didn't get an expert. So she has to watch
Yeah.
videos and, as you said, on her own. And I was thinking, isn't it easier to get one from this scenery to, yeah, it's all about
Yeah,
money.
it is. That's an extra person to hire. Um, and these are shot on a shoestring, budget. So it can be hard, I think, sometimes for the production companies to justify it, but it makes such a huge difference when
I
you have
think
that
so.
that faithfulness and that respect for the community. Yeah, I w honestly wish we had the budget on every vertical to have somebody with a bit of whatever lived experience we're depicting, unless it's like violent, insane mafia-ness. Um,
You don't want to have a mafia expert? No?
well, eh, everything helps. Everything helps. Um, to be there to help us tell the story in the best way possible. So it doesn't look like a cartoonish depiction or like we're making light of it. Because a lot of these, just the very nature of verticals, they're a bit campy. They're a bit, surreal. So that mixed with a sensitive topic or a more delicate subject can come across like you're making fun of it if you don't really show the respect
Yeah,
that it
exactly.
deserves.
Exactly. And I think it's also with the sportive verticals, sometimes, or with the cooking verticals. I get a bit annoyed.
I've
I
never seen a
love
cooking
to
vertical.
cook. Never? You've never seen
No, I
that?
didn't.
There was a bunch of cooking verticals. I think
I didn't know there were
2020,
cooking verticals.
a lot lately. And the
Huh.
thing was, when I get annoyed is when the actor or actress doesn't
Clearly
know
has
how
never
to
broken
use
an
a
egg before.
knife. Yeah. You see, they are not able to use a knife correctly. And they are a star chef,
They are
whatever.
the greatest chef in the world. They're like,
Yeah. And exactly the same one with the sporty verticals.
yeah.
You see
The,
exactly if
I
someone,
mean, I get
for
it.
example,
We don't
Tyler
have time.
Tyler Tyler did the hockey one, and you see
Yeah.
exactly that he's so fit in hockey and ice
Yeah.
skating.
He's a
It
great
looks,
skater. I just saw his
yeah,
post.
it looks
He clearly
so
played hockey.
authentic. Yes, in the vertical, you know what I mean? It looks so
Yeah.
authentic one, and then you see other ones where they are
They're just
trying.
like
Yes,
barely. Yeah.
yeah.
Like he's the star player for the New York Rangers. Like, is he though? Is he?
I don't think so.
And then you see
No.
Tyler zigzagging on the ice, and you're like, he is. I get that. The
Yeah, I
problem
saw
is
the
we don't
vertical.
have the time
Yeah.
or the budget to like train for these things. I wish we did. It'd be amazing if we had, a, even a 2 weeks to a month of pre-production to train in things, to plan things, to learn choreography, but everything is so last second. Half the time these are booked less than a week out,
Yeah.
and the final scripts aren't even sent out often until a few days beforehand. And final cast lists aren't usually locked until the day of. Sadly, it's just there's no time, there's no budget.
What would be a
So
vertical you want to do? You want to train for?
I honestly, so I've said it before. I would love to do a pirate vertical. I would love to train. I mean, I've trained stunt swords for many years,
Mm-hmm.
and I would love to have like a really great set of choreographed like sword sequences, action
Yes.
sequences. That would be a lot of fun to do. I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch. It would break wouldn't you rather watch like a really exciting sword fight over, a slap?
Oh,
Just saying.
yes. Oh, yes. I would
Um,
love to watch a vertical like a Pirates of the Caribbean style.
Sometime, and
Oh,
honestly,
holy.
action, I think is action would be really fun and exciting in verticals, and it would lend itself well to the format. Every once in a while, I get to work with great stunt coordinators that trust me, and I've worked with several times. And when I work with Brandon or Rob up in Canada, or some of these other guys that I've worked with several times, they trust me. They're coming to the scene, and it just says like, oh, like sometimes in the script, it's like our hero rushes in and punches the robber with knocks him out with one punch. And then he goes over to this guy and he knocks him out with one punch, which guess what? Is very not exciting. It's boring to shoot, it's boring to watch, where the guy just walks in, boom, down, done, scene. And then I'll work with like Rob and he'll be like, okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna run it and you're gonna kick this guy in the face. Then he's gonna punch you in the face. And then I'm gonna grab this pole and swing it at you. You're gonna grab it. And like, we have this whole thing. And it's so much more exciting and interesting. And it makes for a better story. It's better
You
storytelling.
love to
It's more
fight, huh?
engaging.
You love to
I
fight.
do. I love stunts. I love stunts.
Mm.
Um, did you watch Drowning in the Past?
No.
Okay. That is maybe that one's not for you, but I'll send you a couple clips.
You
Um,
said it's not for me, but you sent me a couple clips. Come on,
I'll
Ryan.
send you a couple clips.
Okay, why? When you
It's
already
not
know
it's
that
not the
it's not for
feelest
me.
because the clips are unrelated to the parts that are not for you. It's not the feelest good of verticals, but that one I don't think I've ever worked harder on a vertical physically or emotionally. That one he starts off as a bad husband, you know, who just neglectful, not a good guy, not abusive, just not a good guy. And she inevitably leaves him early on, and he doesn't handle it well and descends into madness. So we shot this whole thing where over the course of, several days in script, he gets crazier and crazier, and I got more and more and more intense emotionally in the scenes. And it took a lot out of me, but we also had a few stunt sequences, no fights or anything, but like there's one scene. early on where a building blows up and I'm running away from the building. And initially the director was like, okay, so you're gonna run away and then you're gonna fall out of frame. And that's and the building blows up. And I looked at Brandon and I was like, well, that's boring. And he goes, and I said, Brandon, do you have a gator back with you? Which is it's like a stunt pad that has these hard plates like
Yeah, yeah.
the back of a gator, and it's meant to protect your spine for impact. And he had that, and then he gave me some hips, he gave me some elbow pads. And on the day, what we ended up doing was flipping completely when the explosion happens and landing on my back and then rolling across the concrete. And we shot this from probably 5 or 6 angles, about 8 takes. And the next day I flew to Korea and was extremely sore. But it makes for a really exciting, fun story moment when, because that's actually me flipping in the shot.
Yeah, and I think it seems more realistic when a building is blowing in the back. You are not just falling down. There
Yeah,
are so many vibrants.
the sheer power of that impact would throw you. So I was like, it should throw me. What's an exciting way we can do this? And he's like, I
I
have
can
ideas.
fly, not a problem. I can fly.
I am still determined to be lit on fire in a vertical one day. That'd be fun. Any kind
So
of
y-
stunts, honestly, I'm in.
so you need kind of an action vertical, like Fast and the Furious
Action
stuff or
vertical
stuff
would
like that.
Action vertical would be great. A Mr. and Mrs. Smith type vertical would be fantastic. That kind of
Yeah.
enemies to lovers thing or lovers to enemies to lovers would be amazing. On that note, I just want to do a rom-com. I've
Oh
played too many like
yes.
mean husbands lately. I just want to play
Have you
like a
ever
green
been a
flag good
nice
guy.
guy?
I've been a lot of good-ish guys, but most of mine start off with icy and cold and distant, usually for a reason, because of loss in the past, because of pain, because of difficulty, because of struggle.
Yeah.
But I've never played like just,
Simply
you know,
nice?
simply like the nice neighbor who she falls in love with, or
No?
like the small town guy that she leaves her job for, the Hallmark movie guy. I've never
Yeah.
played that, and I would love to, just once.
You would just want to be nice for once. Okay.
I always have these like emotionally damaged, scarred, cold and distant, but longing for connection
But
characters.
I don't understand why you get casted for that because some types of actors are only get casted for the mafia and the bad guys because they have the look alike. Sorry, but you don't look
You
like
don't
a
think I look
bad
like a bad
guy.
guy?
No.
Have you seen me in the Mafia verticals?
I
Have you
saw you
seen
in the
me?
mafia. Yeah, but then it's, the whole outfit fits you. But now, so when you're sitting now,
Well, yeah,
they're
because
really
guess what? They're not gonna
chilly.
hire an actually like insane, dangerous person to play this role. They're gonna hire
Why
a sweet
not?
person because you don't want to be on the set with that guy for
Makes
16
sense. Okay,
hours.
that's fair. Makes sense. Huh?
Like, would he play the part well? Sure, yeah, but he would be insane to work with. You
Not
hire the
for
person,
him.
right? No, he'd be normal for him. No,
Yeah.
I am actually very, very, very different than just about every single character that I've played.
How do you prepare for such meaning roles? Or is it a kind of natural type in your soul
There's
anyway?
things. I mean, I do prepare for every single role, and I prepare differently. The way that just generic preparation for a role, I read the script 6 or 7 times before we start shooting,
Yeah.
become intimately familiar with all of with the arc, with the individual scenes, with the beats, with the motivations. But uh, when it comes to those like heavy moments, the painful moments, I don't know. I think life prepared me for that in a lot of ways. I've
Mm.
just had ups and downs, and um, it's funny. I've told this. I don't know if I told this story before. I had a friend in the past who this is years ago when I started acting, and she said, yeah, I don't think you can be happy or like in a healthy emotional state and be an actor. And I said, well, I feel like you could act, pretend to be
Yeah. Yeah.
this or that. Um, and I didn't agree with her. And then I went through my life for the next 10 or so years and experienced wonderful, amazing highs and the coldest, darkest, loneliest lows that I've ever experienced in my life. And just the breadth of my experience expanded outward in both
Mm-hmm.
directions based on life. And to my surprise, I became a more connected, more grounded, and better, hopefully, actor than I was before, despite not having like additional training or anything, just having those experiences. I no longer had to play certain emotions or play certain things. I just, even though I didn't have this exact experience this character had, I know what it feels like to have the worst day of your life. I know what
Yeah.
it feels like to have a certain type of loss or a certain type of pain that you carry. That's just life. And it never, I think once you experience that, it never leaves you. And
Mm.
even though I don't channel that exact memory from me, because I don't find that healthy, um, I do know what that emotion feels like. And it's very accessible after having experienced it.
Can you, after a shooting day, when you have to act very intense on that day, is it easy for
Yeah.
you to come home and switch to the private Ryan and get
That
off the
de
role?
that depends a little bit. Usually, yes, but I have certain things that I need to do on set to let go of those emotions.
Okay.
You know, I'm of the belief that for me at least, I don't think it would be healthy to drum up specific memories that are associated with these emotions because I can't look at myself at the end of the day and say those things aren't real or
Mm-hmm.
let those things go because that pain persists. But I can, you know, find it's like I don't know, a similar situation and imagine myself there. And the problem is, at the end of a very heavy scene, it's I don't know. There's some actors that can cry on command and just drum an emotion instantly and then get out of it instant. I can't do that. It takes me a moment of prep and then I connect and I get there. And at the end of the scene, if it's a very heavy scene, I need to get out of it. And sometimes that means spending some alone time with myself. Sometimes that means just finding somebody on set that I care about and trust to just hug for 10 minutes and cry it
Mm-hmm.
out because the situations aren't real, but the emotion very much is. And
Yeah.
in a couple of moments where I have not either haven't had the opportunity to do that because of the schedule or I have not allowed myself to do that, it didn't end well. And I brought it home with me. And then the brain starts to try to make sense of that emotion. And it's why are you feeling this way? It must be because of you. It must be because of this thing. It must be because of this thing you said or did. It must be X, Y, and Z. And it really can mess with you. So I have to let it go as soon as the scene is over
Mm.
before I can move on. Otherwise, I know it's going to mess me up.
Yeah.
And then I'm fine. But there, like I did a scene in Taming of a Billionaire where I confront that was also with Maddie Morelli, same actress from Time Up. And there's a scene where my character he confronts her dad and her brother for abuse from the past and the way that they've treated her and for essentially selling her to him for money. And in this scene, the dad says something that triggers him, and he jumps up and grabs the dad by the well, supposed to be by the shirt, but I full on grabbed Chili by the neck because tell you later, but the back of the neck to lift him up, and he's ready to put his fist through him. And when I forget the character's name, but Anna maybe when she walks in and stops him, and I was getting myself emotionally to a place where I was just so I don't know, just the blinders were on, and I was just so focused on this anger, this righteous anger, um, and that at the end of that scene when we finished it, I was kind of so locked in on one of the last takes that Maddie, sweetheart, she came up to me and she said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "I either need to put my fist through a man, through a wall, or I need a hug. I don't know which." And she gave me a hug, and it was just like I was able to just let it go. And I was like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
because it's just like that. Like I said, the emotion's real, and your body's trying to make sense of it, and your brain's trying to figure out what to do with this.
Yeah. I know that. I know exactly what you mean. So you said you traveled a lot for shootings lately.
I have.
Um,
I've been very
how,
blessed.
yeah, stressed but blessed, as Cayman
I
always
said
said.
blessed. Blessed but blessed.
Yes, yes,
I had a makeup
Cayman
artist
always
on
said.
set. I had a makeup artist on set who misspoke, and I stole that phrase. I've been very blessed and highly flavored, is what she said. She obviously meant favored, but
Okay. No, so was there ever a role you would have liked to keep because it was hard to let go of this role because you fell in love with the role you played after shooting? You said, "Oh, come on, what? Shooting is over? No, I want
there's
to play that
I mean, that
more."
honestly, it's every project I want the shooting to continue. My least favorite day on set is the last day when we say goodbye to everyone because you fall in love with this new family that you've been working with for anywhere between a week and 2 weeks, and then you have to say goodbye to people and go back to your normal life, and it's very sad. But there's a few characters that I would love to see like a follow-up. Would
Mm-hmm.
love to like if I could do a sequel, I would just love to. One of those is Tie Me Up. I want to see what happens after they meet in Paris. You know, I know it's not your favorite. I love that. I love that vertical. I love that one so much, and I love that character.
It's fine.
It's not
Sorry.
fine. It's objectively good.
I haven't told you my opinion on Tie Me Up yet. So what the heck are you telling that I don't like it?
I didn't say you didn't like it. I said it's not your favorite.
I didn't tell you even my opinion about this vertical, Ryan. So are you mind reading or what? No?
I'm trying to. How am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on. Don't forget
Anyway,
the list,
that's
Ryan.
a character. That's a character that
Don't forget
I
the
would love to
list.
know more about that character story. I would love a prequel of that where it's just Jackson and I forget his business partner, like them in their younger, wilder years, in their like early 20s when they're just getting started and figuring things out when they met and they're like they make the decision to start this company. I mean it's like it's a sex toy company
I know.
that's this
I saw
huge
this one,
industry
you know?
and where he like learns about himself and becomes a dom, and then I want to see like the Phoebe's story when she's alone in Paris
The
afterwards
grown up
before he
one.
comes up. Yeah, I would love to see that. There's a few characters that I've thought about that I want to see like a continuation of.
I would love to see a continuous stuff about this Mafia blind one. I would love to
Me
see
too,
there
me too.
a second part.
Um, that was, for the record, also one of my favorites to shoot. I loved shooting that. I love working with Big Lou. I love the stories that they
The
tell.
costumes were so great.
The costumes were so good. They were so good. Every single day when Emma Almeida and I we would put something on, we're like, look what we're because it's all like for
I
me it was all these like
really
high-waisted
liked the
trousers and
costumes.
three-piece suits and then
You
the
look so
holsters with
elegant. You looked
the
really
props,
elegant.
the hats, and she had all these like sundresses and these big
Yes.
floppy hats and gloves up to her elbows. Like everything was like 40s through 60s vintage, and it just lent itself to this like just this different world. They live in a different world than we live in, and it just adds to that. If we're just wearing like a normal suit,
It fits so well with the shooting location.
yeah. Everybody did a great job. The shoot location was fantastic. Like we do a lot of office stuff in verticals because it's usually a business. But even when you're doing like a mafia guy, you usually have like he's in his study or whatever, and it's
Yeah,
half
yeah,
the time it's a room. It's got a desk. It's an office.
yeah.
That particular house that we shot in had like a smoking room with a desk, and all the walls were like this like deep mahogany wood,
Hmm.
and there's just so much character in that
Yeah,
house. And on top of that, we're smoking cigarettes and cigars in half the scenes. And so it's just like this ambiance
yeah,
everywhere. It
yeah.
just lent itself to that. It was so and the cinematography and editing in that are phenomenal. I've shouted out Ono Ueda and his team every time that one comes up, our amazing DP on that one. And the editing was just so good.
As I told you, you can ask the audience. A lot of them love the Viglu shows. because they
Yeah,
were always so well produced, so
I
well
can't
produced.
wait to work with Viglu. You hear that again? You hear that, Viglu? I can't wait to work with you again.
Yeah,
They
Viglo,
know
we
this.
need another Ryan one,
There you go.
but
Just make that post.
maybe a nice one.
I That was a nice one. I
Come on.
fought. Well, okay, he's a mafia guy, but
Yes.
I fought so hard to be in that one. I think I was rejected from that role 3 times before I got booked. I really wanted to be in that project because I liked the story. I liked the way it was written. I loved the monologue that was my audition tape, and then I just really wanted to work with Viglu because I love the way that they do verticals, the way they tell stories, the way that they do something different.
Do you
Sometimes
watch
you
your
read a
own
script and you go,
verticals?
I have seen one
Completely.
completely. Start to finish, I've watched exactly one that I've been in.
Which one?
That was Breaking the CEO's Playroom. I watched it with Samantha Frotton, who played the lead actress on that, and I watched it with Sean Cade, who I've been in like 5 or 6 verticals with, and he's one of my best friends in Toronto. And we watched it together on like a Zoom call.
Okay.
And the best way to watch that one is as a drinking game. Every time, because we shot this in Canada and we had some very Canadian actors. So every time somebody needs to apologize, but they say sorry with a Canadian woo, you take a drink.
I haven't seen this vertical yet.
It's the best way to watch that one is take a drink every time somebody says sorry.
Okay, so let's give it a shot for the audience. Everyone has to rewatch it with the drinking game.
I would totally do like an Instagram live with people for that. I would watch that one again for that.
Okay, I got this on record, Ryan. I will
Yep,
come back to you because of that.
you got it. I'm in.
Let's
I'm gonna
make
make sure I'm doing nothing the next morning, but
yeah, but it's fine, you know? I think that would be so nice. I haven't seen it yet.
yet.
No, you forced me to watch your vertical, so I have to watch. No, just kidding.
I'm a nice guy
Yes, yes, we know that already. You are such a
sometimes.
nice and lovey-dovey guy. Yeah, I know. I know. Hmm. You know, when did you start shooting verticals?
Um, Start.
Yeah.
So I picked back up recently. I think I shot 16 this year. Um, but I shot 3 before that. And my first vertical was what they end up calling it? It was the first werewolf vertical. Um,
I'm bad in
uh,
titles. You don't have to ask me. Sorry.
Bride of the Wolf King. This is before werewolf verticals were all about the alphas and omegas and sigmas and the omegaverse stuff and marking and all that. None of that existed back then. It was like Moon comes out, he becomes wolf, and we had actual prosthetics, and we had big old claws, and I had
The
teeth, and
thanks.
I had the fangs, and I had this prosthetic nose and bridge, and I had hair everywhere. And we shot that one for 12 days in the Philippines. We shot 11 of
Do
those
you know
days, I think
which
were in a row.
platform that was published?
I want to say that was on Flex TV. And it
Okay.
was so long ago that it was the third vertical on Flex TV.
Oh,
And there were not a lot of apps back then. There was maybe 1 or 2. There was not a lot going on. Um, we weren't calling them verticals then. It was like a TikTok movie, is what they called it. And so
yeah.
we shot this TikTok movie, and it was insane and a blast. And the story makes no sense whatsoever, but it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot of fun. Um, and some of the people that I met at that shoot, they're still some of my best friends in the Philippines, and I adore them. So that was the first one I shot. I want to say that was like February 2022 or something. That was a million years ago. And then several
So
months later,
early.
yeah, like I said, third vertical on the app, first werewolf vertical, the original alpha before we were calling them alphas.
So,
This guy, yeah,
and then
the
I was
granddaddy.
wondering why you were in your last one. a tiny wolf.
I didn't get. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. I wish there was more werewolf content, is what I'm saying on that one.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Did you like doing the werewolf stuff?
I do. I do. There's certain things about it that are a lot of fun. I mean, the werewolves. I really want to do a vampire one, but there's not that many of those. There's plenty of the werewolf ones. The werewolves themselves, they tend to be, aggressive and charged and intense. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best actor for the werewolves because I'm not the most imposing.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
I'm
True.
I have an intensity, but it's not like a sheer power kind of intensity like you see with like for example Cayman for example he's 6'5", 250. That is a large man.
Yes,
Um, and
exactly.
obviously people love the K growl. So
And you were always looking a bit pale, so a vampire would fit you definitely better.
why thank you for that.
I'm just saying
I
it.
I'm incapable of tanning. You'd never know. I live in the
And
tropics.
as a vampire, you have to be more a bit more psychopath.
Is that something that you feel comes naturally to me?
Yes, a bit. I think so.
Take that as a compliment. Move on with my life.
No, and all the mafia stuff and such like that, it's all about the face expression.
Well, I have one of those.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, my dearest Ryan, that's
I have
why
a lot of
I'm
fun with the
saying,
mafia guys. Honestly,
yeah,
I love doing the mafia ones.
that's why I'm saying I loved your expressions with your face and body language in this mafia ones.
The mafia guys are just sort of the typical character that I play, but dialed up to 12. The typical character is, icy, cold, distant,
And that's perfect for a vampire.
off-putting or slightly dangerous maybe, but deeply emotional or obsessive. That's like the typical character. So mafias just dial that up, and vampire would be
Perfect,
the same thing, but with fangs.
perfect for a vampire.
I agree. I agree. Hey, Candy Jar, cast Ryan in a vampire one.
But there are so less vampire ones lately.
I know. I haven't seen
I
more than
don't
a
know if
couple,
they were
honestly.
more expensive to shoot than the normal ones, but I cannot imagine that.
Shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, honestly.
Okay, so we
It's
are going
just
back to win the lottery to do a vampire one
yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah. You
For
win the
you.
lottery, and then you'll
I
find
win
out.
that. And then I will
Yeah,
get your manager for that vampire
that's right.
one. Then I will be your boss, Ryan, and then what are you doing then?
Oh, my.
I will be your boss.
Does that excite you?
I can be bossy.
Okay.
You know, I'm a professor. Ask my students.
hmm
I put on my glasses and then I can be a bit bossy.
Well, I got to wear glasses in my last one, but I don't look bossy. I don't know. They're
They
kind of slutty
suit
little
you, but
glasses,
they
so
don't look so bossy like mine does.
I'll have to wear them farther down my nose.
Yeah, but vampire one would be so great. Think about the
I agree.
locations for vampire
I agree.
one.
Let's go to Scotland and
You
shoot it
know
in the castle.
where would be the best shooting location for vampire one? In Romania. You have been
Yeah,
to Romania. I worked in
I
Romania a
have been
few
to Romania.
times. Yeah, me
I have
too.
been to the top of Vlad's tower, his castle,
I was in
in
Timișoara.
Târgoviște.
I
I was
was
in
in
Târgoviște and I was in
Timișoara.
Bucharest.
There the locations are so mysterious and fancy for that one.
Yeah, no, that's probably where the mythology comes from. Yeah,
Transylvania.
that's way the hell up north, but we could try.
So what? It's a vertical. A bit of
I
fairy tale
know.
fancy stuff it's needed.
That's not the concern. It's the budget. It's a shot budget of like $11 and two popsicle sticks.
The
They're so
budget.
cheap.
You don't win the lottery for shooting a vertical in Romania.
Fair point. Fair point. We'll win the lottery.
Yeah, that would solve or the I find the billionaire CEO.
I wonder if we could crowdfund a vertical. Like find one that fans really want to watch, and then like do a
There were some
crowdfunding, Kickstarter kind of
crowdfundings
campaign.
for verticals lately.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did they go through? Did they work?
I didn't follow up them exactly
Okay.
to the end, to be honest. Okay,
You know,
fair
we
enough. The
need,
easy part is to win the lottery.
yeah, that's the easy part.
The European jackpot lottery, it was played today for 59 millions
That's
euro.
plenty. That will make a couple hundred verticals. If one of those is a hit, you're doing okay.
As I told you, all the criminal serious one, I spoke with Kirby Elwood, six
Hmm.
different European countries shooting it,
Yeah, I know. That would be a
making a series
great
out of it.
situation. I agree.
And then I can place also my dog for detective sniffing dog. I
Obviously,
have a partner, you know?
you could even have like a flashback with a younger dog.
Maybe.
Get them both
Okay.
involved.
Okay, we need the money.
Okay, this is the plan.
I will catch up to you and say, Ryan, I got the money. What shall we do now?
Oh, I have so many ideas, so many plans,
Can you
so
write
many
a
ideas
vertical
for.
script?
I've been working on one. I'm actually
Which
going to write another
genre?
one. Pirate.
That's good.
It's a pirate vertical.
That's good.
Um, yeah, it has more sword fights than slaps, but it still has some slaps because it's a vertical. But
As long
obviously,
as it's without the
being a
banquet
pirate
scene.
themed one, being a pirate themed one, there's no banquet. There is
That's good.
also being a pirate themed one, there is kidnapping for obvious reasons,
Okay, hello. And pirate ones kidnapping make totally sense.
right? There's okay, I'm sorry. There's too often where it's like the office coworker is just objectively mean and a bully, and then she disappears for a while because she gets embarrassed, and then comes back at the end just to kidnap the the
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
the, the woman. You're like, "Hmm." But
As
in a
long
pirate
as
themed
long there
vertical,
is no 2 hours 40 episodes banquet scene
nope,
or stuff
no
like
banquet
that,
scenes in the pirate movie.
that's good. That's good. So keep on going, Ryan. When is
Yeah,
your
I'm
script
working on
finished?
it. I'm working when I have a moment to breathe.
No time for breathing.
Literally not. Literally not. I flew in what 3 days ago from my last project in Canada, and then I fly out tomorrow for my next project in LA. So literally no moments to breathe.
I know, but you shouldn't forget to breathe. That's not so good.
Yeah.
Life without breathing doesn't make sense, you know?
Mm. I'll work on it. I
That's
can
good.
breathe later when I have time.
You don't need a work-life balance, you need a work-breathe balance. Huh?
I need a work breath balance.
Yeah, something like that. Why not? So, what are your goals in verticals? What do you want to reach in your
Uh,
vertical acting stuff? What's your dream
um,
role? Or what would challenge
my dream
you
role
really?
within the vertical space, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
I okay. So it doesn't have to be pirate themed, but I really want to do like an adventure genre of vertical.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Romancing the Stone, The Princess Bride, that, like a true, genuine adventure movie would be so much fun. I would love, I would love to just continue to do my best to elevate the space. I want to get into um, producing. I would love to produce a vertical this year.
Mhm.
Um, I would love to have a little bit of ability because people often think that we have a lot more control than we have in what gets made in verticals. We really don't. Those of us who have been blessed to be in several of these, um, sometimes they'll listen to our input about, hey, we really need the SA scene here because it doesn't add anything to the story, and they end up together at the end, and we hate this, and the fans don't want to see this either.
Mm.
And sometimes they listen to us, and some of us will refuse to shoot those scenes. But obviously they happen, so not everyone has that power. Um, so I would love to get into a position where I have a little bit more ability to tell the type of stories that I want to tell, that I'm interested in
Mm.
telling. Um, I want to continue to grow as an actor and as an artist. Uh, took a few roles near the end of 2025 that were difficult, not pretty, not great guy roles because they were out of my comfort zone, because they pushed me in uncomfortable ways, because they were a challenge as an actor and as an artist to tell. Um, they came out, and as expected, they had interesting mixed reception. People who liked them, they liked the storytelling, or they liked the character, and then people that really hated them because they hated the story because it's not, feel good per se. But I want to continue to push myself as an actor out of my comfort zone. Sometimes we can get stuck in a genre or stuck in a type of character that's really easy to play for us, whatever that type of character for me or may be. And that's comfortable and that's a paycheck and that's, getting by, but we don't grow. And I
Mm.
want to keep growing.
Yeah, that's good. That makes sense. Um, Last question before I'm doing a 5 question quickie with you.
Oh,
Do you still also, okay, you said you're doing also some horizontal stuff. What about your
hmm.
modeling career?
Um, this last, not quite this whole year, about half this year, there was just no time. I was literally just jet setting
Yeah,
from one project
that's
to the
why I'm
next.
asking. Yeah.
Um, Most of my experience in modeling hasn't been like anchored to one market. Like I wasn't signed with an agency in LA, for example. I was
Yes.
overseas on contract for 2 months in India or Thailand or Istanbul or Athens or wherever. Um, and that is difficult when I'm in the vertical space trying to do projects
Hmm.
because you can't just like jet set halfway through your contract and leave and then come back. I did do that in Vietnam, but it was tricky. And that was for CEO's Playroom, which kind of started this recent journey. Um, Two things. One, I love modeling. I genuinely love acting more. I find it
Hmm.
more fulfilling, more expressive, more it's just what I feel like I was built to do. Modeling was an amazing opportunity that I never thought I would have, that I fell into and am truly grateful for. And I love being in front of a camera. I love photo shoots. I love any day on set is better than the alternative, which is a day not on set. And that includes modeling sets. So given the opportunity to model, which I had a few this year in 2025, I took them and I had a great time. I would love to, have a few of those opportunities in 2026, but the focus is predominantly on the acting lately.
Do you miss the modeling stuff?
Sometimes when I'm on set for a film or a vertical or a project, I gotta be honest, no, because I love it so much. I love it so much. Uh, there's things I miss, and there's things that I just, could do without. But I've always enjoyed modeling, but I don't know. I feel like my purpose is the acting and the storytelling. And
What did acting taught you for life?
um, acting as a craft, as a career, as a acting has taught me, if nothing else, uh, about humility and gratitude. I spent many, many years in LA before I started traveling for modeling, trying so hard to be an actor, but not sure what to do or how to go about actually working as an actor, which is, I feel, a place that many people find themselves in. And then got this opportunity to travel, and I did. And acting has shown me that, you can be, I've met some phenomenal, talented people that don't, they didn't get they don't get have an opportunity and to show off that talent. Or just missed a window or made a choice to go somewhere instead of staying somewhere. And, it has taught me that it's not enough to be talented. It's not enough to be hardworking. there is a huge luck component. I don't know why that some of the verticals that I've done have done really, really well, and people have enjoyed watching me in them. I am forever grateful because it gives me the opportunity to do what I love more than anything.
Mm,
Um, it's very humbling to know that I get to do this. I'm not quite, but almost to the point where I get to choose which projects I'm part of. Every once in a while, I get multiple offers, and I get to read scripts and say I want to do this one. I don't want to do this one, and that is such a rare, beautiful opportunity that most people won't experience. And at the same time, I am fully aware that there are 1,000 people right outside the door waiting to do what I get to do. Um, and fighting and clawing and scratching and doing all the things that I was doing, 5, 10 years ago to get that opportunity. So it's deeply humbling to get to do this and to be in things that people appreciate.
did you become more, or did you get more empathy to different kind of people because you learned through acting to think about easier and better how they are feeling and stuff like that in kind of
Um,
situations?
I think I'm a naturally empathetic person, and at the same time, one of the big parts of acting, well, I guess two of the biggest things in acting that I've learned are about non-judgment and separating myself from the character. When I'm referring to characters that I've played or scripts that I'm currently working on, I don't say I walk in, I do this, I kiss her, I punch this guy, unless it's choreographed. But I don't say when it comes to story beats, I don't say in this scene I come in and I say this to this person. It's he comes in, he does this, he does that, because it's not me. It's not about me. I'm not telling my story. It's about the character. And I think there is no greater disservice to a story or to a character than trying to force bits of yourself in. If you find those bits of yourself in the character, so much the better. But to try to force the character into your space, I don't think serves the story, and I don't think it serves you as a talent, as an actor. So I always try to separate myself, which is part of the reason that I in personality, I'm so very, very different than all the characters that I play. Um, I think it's easier to do that when I approach it empathetically
Mhm.
as a different person. And then the non-judgment comes in where to play these people, I don't think you can judge their choices or them. You have to find the reasons they do. And sometimes the reason is because I was being an idiot, because I was as the character, because he's dumb in this moment, or because he's so obsessed with this girl that he'd do anything despite it being a poor choice. Um, you define those moments where that makes sense. And it can be tricky in verticals because sometimes the writing doesn't always lend itself to logic. So uh, that's where the 6 or 7 read-throughs of the script work, because you have to make it make sense to properly play it, to
Yeah,
make it real and emotional and true.
to make it your role and your
Yeah,
character. Yeah,
yeah,
true.
because it's about the characters,
Absolutely
not
true.
writing. But yeah, to answer your question,
Absolutely.
yes, I think acting has made me more empathetic.
No, I love this answer. It's kind of, it was a long answer, but I like the way you thought about it, to be honest. Definitely nice one. 5 questions.
Okay, 5 answers.
First one, what's your favorite dish?
That is that a bowl?
Food.
Are we talking about food?
Food.
Um, any. Oh man, can I say a cuisine?
Okay.
Thai food. Any kind of Thai,
Oh,
any Thai
one
food.
thing I want to ask because I saw this in your vertical. Can you cook?
Yes.
Because the vertical I saw today, you were cooking. So that's the reason why I'm asking you. Can you cook?
I don't know which one. Which one? Which one did you see? What was I cooking? Most of the time in verticals, we're not actually cooking. We're working with props. But yes, I
In
can
the
cook.
last one,
I cook.
in this Eros Beast, whatever, you cook
Oh yeah,
steak and on an
that's right. He
omelette and
does.
stuff like that.
I actually do enjoy
Sorry for
cooking.
spoiling.
You did you see my post? I made those cinnamon rolls a couple of days ago.
That's baking,
Um,
not cooking, sweetheart.
what's the difference?
A
Take
lot.
take ingredients, put together, add heat, cook.
No.
Okay, well, okay. So what's yes? I mean, I still enjoy. Yeah, no, I do enjoy cooking.
I saw the
I
cinnamon
like
rolls,
both. I
and
like
I
both.
would love to have one of
I like
these.
making breakfasts, and I like make. You didn't see the middle. Those were made from scratch. I made the dough, and then I added the butter, and I made the filling, and because nothing was open on Christmas Day, and I wanted cinnamon rolls, so I went to 7-Eleven and bought, flour, butter, some salt, dry pancake mix because they didn't have any yeast. That was the only thing that contained a little bit of yeast. And I had to get creative and just make some stuff up. Cinnamon.
But to be honest, I'm a freestyle cooker. I never use any recipe. I
I used to do
only,
this thing in university where a friend of mine and we would meet up on Wednesday nights and we would go to the grocery store and we would just whatever inspiration came. It was like, okay,
Mhm.
so we're gonna grab this and we're gonna grab this and we're gonna grab this. We're gonna make something with this. We'd make like stuffed bell peppers, or we'd make like this, like in this coconut curry salmon one day.
But that,
Things like that.
but that's always the best one.
90% of them worked great. The orange juice
Yeah.
chicken did not. That was a terrible choice.
Let me guess, the orange juice got bitter because you heated it too much.
No, we didn't have like a proper baking dish.
Okay.
So we had this like those disposable aluminum foil baking pan, and we tried to cut into the chicken, and the orange juice was like napalm because it was sticky and hot, and it just like fell all over the floor because we poked through the dish with
Okay.
the knife and then spilled everywhere. It was terrible, terrifying.
No, but freestyle cooking and baking is really the best. Absolutely. For me, it was so hard when I published my cookbook. I had to write down all of my stuff I'm cooking. It was so hard because I was cooking and I was, oh yeah, a little bit of this. Oh shit, how many? Uh,
I
no.
don't know, 5, 4, whatever,
Yeah, my
whatever
grandma always
feels
said,
right.
if you have this, you can put it in, and if you have that, put it in. How
Yeah,
much?
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
feeling. You have it tasted and tried,
that
and a little bit
that
more, a
feels
little
right.
bit of that. And that was always the best kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
No,
uh
so
these
I was
rapid fire
wondering if
questions
you
aren't
can.
very rapid fire.
No, so I was just wondering if you can cook because I saw you
I
cooking
like cooking.
today.
I do like
Okay,
cooking.
that's good. What is your comfort movie? What's a movie you like to watch over and over again, and
The
why?
Princess Bride. The Princess Bride, directed by Rob Reiner, God rest him. Because it's the greatest movie ever made ever. That movie has everything you'd ever want in a movie. Um, it's a beautiful love story, and there's adventure, and there's stunts, and there's swords, and there's miracles, and there's comedy. The thing I love about that movie is it's campy as hell, but everyone does such a great job at their job. They do so well that it is the perfect campy movie. I love that movie so much. That is my feel good movie. It brings me joy. I could watch that right now and then in an hour and a half watch it again
I think I
without
haven't seen
any
it.
issues. Oh my God. It's the best. It's the greatest movie ever made ever.
I'm not
The
sure if
Carrie Owens and Robin Wright and Mandy Patinkin, Chris Sarandon, like Wallace Shawn's in that, Andre the Giant. It's just such a good movie. It is
sorry.
a great adventure movie. Your homework is to watch The Princess Bride.
I have to search
It is
where
a
I can
beautiful
watch it
love
here in
story.
Germany. You think
I
I like
guarantee you can watch
beautiful
it.
love stories or what?
Everyone likes a beautiful love story when it's well done.
You have to like it. Hmm.
You don't have to like it, but you will.
Because you know it exactly what I like. Yeah, I get it, Ryan.
No, because I have exquisite taste.
Uh, and what you like, I will like. Okay. I understand. Okay, I get it. What music do you like?
Kind
What's your
of any,
favorite song,
really.
actually?
I don't know if I have a favorite song. It depends on my mood. I have
Do,
I tend to be one of those that like I'll listen to the same song 58 times in a row, um, on repeat, but it depends. It changes frequently.
do you have playlists for any type of characters? I spoke to different actors and actresses, and they are having playlists to listen to get in the
I
right
do in
mood
my
for their
head.
characters.
I have playlists for certain scenarios and scenes slash emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have playlists that I use to emotionally prep for things, but I don't have playlists that are like, this is the song that, you know, Raphael Moretti listens to on his way to go shoot somebody in the face. This is the song that Jackson King
No?
listens to on his way to go flog somebody. Like, I don't have those playlists.
No? Oh, come on.
Nope.
Okay, so we spoke about genre
Hmm.
besides the pirate ones. Which genre are you missing, or are you want to see more in vertical stuff?
I want us to do more like concept sci-fi. Um, Not like just everything's, CGI and stuff, because obviously we don't have the budget for all that nonsense. But just uh time travel would be a really, really fun
Oh yes,
genre to do in a
yeah,
vertical. That would be so much fun to do, whether it's in the future, in the past, or both. These sort of fish out of water stories in general, I think would be really fun. And you could play that comedically, you could play that seriously, you could do a bit of both. Um, more there's more rom-coms really within the typical genre of verticals or in the LGBT space. Um, we could use more
comedies,
rom-coms,
comedies.
comedies in general. Yeah, let's laugh a little. Let's add some levity to the world. I've had a couple of these verticals. It's not been many, but like After Divorce, for example, was one where I realized reading the script, I was like, my character has zero positive interactions with anyone. He's fighting with everybody he meets for the first half of the script, realizes he's wrong, and then just apologizes by everyone, but gets shit on for his previous behavior for the second half of the script. Zero positive interactions. I'm in every page. That one is rough.
Yeah, so a bit of comedy one maybe is needed. Do you
Comedy, I
know?
think, is going to have to wait until we have more scripts written, initially written in English. A lot of the scripts, as you
Yes.
know, are written in Chinese, and
Yeah,
I think that both the type of humor and the actual humor itself wouldn't translate.
absolutely not. I'm
So it
agreeing.
would need
Yeah.
to be written in the language by a
Yeah,
native speaker for it to land. But
absolutely,
yeah,
because
comedy would be great.
I think there's the intercultural difference
Hmm.
between the yeah,
We've done a
the
couple
comedy.
that had like some comedic moments. God, this last one, working with Brooke, um, I can't remember Brooke's last name right this moment.
Moltrum,
Meet Moultram.
Moltrum.
Um, she's so damn funny. She's so funny, and she's playing sort of the villain character. Um, the you know the the one who wants to be with the male lead, and she's desperate. And there's a scene where my character's passed out, and she's like undoing the buttons on his shirt, but I was trying so hard not to laugh because everything she did with that character was just so exaggerated. There's a camera right over her shoulder pointing at my face that's pretending to be asleep. And I just feel her desperate little hands just like struggling so much to get each button done. And I could hear her whispering under her breath with each button, go, damn it, come on. And then she opens the shirt and I just hear, I was like, oh my God, I was trying so hard not to laugh. But God, that whole set was great. We were crying laughing the whole time.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I would
You
love
know
to do
what?
one where the scenes themselves are funny. We don't have to go from ha to
Yeah.
you know.
And you know where I can imagine you good also
Mm.
in a Western one, the
I
old
want to do a horse
Western
vertical
style.
so bad. God, I
The
want to do
old
a horse
Western
vertical.
one with saloon
Yes.
stuff, sheriff ones, lasso
It's
yeehaw
a little
duels,
tricky with
and
actual westerns because the landscape and the landscape format, that widescreen empty desert, is such a character and such a like a set piece in Westerns. So you'd have to figure out a way to work around that. Because in Verticals you don't get that. You don't get the wide
I know.
landscape. You get this.
Yeah, but I spoke to
But
Roberta Sparta, director. She told me it would be realizable, easy to realize Western
I would
vertical.
love to. I honestly I love riding horses, and I love every opportunity I have to ride horses. And they're amazing, majestic, beautiful creatures. They're very like connected with you emotionally. It's really surprising. And I would love to do a Western. That'd be so great.
Okay, so in the end, we see it's all about the money. Desperately needed
Because
money.
because we need to have money so we can produce a Western, a pirate, a vampire,
Criminal one.
or
Don't forget
a
the
criminal.
criminal.
What if we did, and then we have a mashup after we do each of those of a pirate, vampire, Western
So
all
we
at
can
once?
deliver
Why
every
not?
genre. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them surely will hit.
I see no reason why all those things can't exist in the same world.
You know, the people are not the same. There are some people who like more the fantasy stuff. There are some people who like more, I don't know, the mystery stuff, the
Yeah,
criminal
I
stuff.
think that's something that we're all kind of slowly realizing as we open the genres of verticals is that verticals aren't one size fits all. They're just like movies. There's a different, shoe
Exactly.
for each foot. Sometimes people are like, I
Exactly.
didn't like
As
this when you
long
were
as
in.
you have two leads and a little bit of lovey-dovey rom-com in
Then it's a
it.
vertical. You need one slap. You need at least one slap. Or it's not a vertical.
Okay.
Gotta have one slap.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter who
okay.
slaps who.
Or, also
But
what would be great, a parody one. A parody out of a vertical.
I've been talking about that. Like, just take every vertical trope and dial it up to 12.
Yeah.
The idea that I had was you started off horizontally, and things start to get silly and tropey, and when that happens, somebody runs into this side of frame, and the whole thing tilts over, and everybody falls over to the side, and then they're stuck in the vertical world, and then it just becomes insane.
Yeah.
It'd
With
be fun.
some silly slappings. And
Always. Always.
there is enough potential in this vertical
Just
space.
have two characters slap each other the entire movie, and every time the characters, like the characters that are talking past these two characters, they're still slapping each other.
They
Like
don't know why they are
six
slapping
scenes
each
later,
other,
they
but
walk.
they are slapping each other.
No, it starts off very reasonably. They slap back and forth, and then like 20 episodes later, they go back to the same coffee shop, and those two people are still outside slapping each other
Why not?
because it's a vertical.
I would love that parody. We need more.
I think we all would.
Yeah, I know exactly that the audience is raving about that.
Mm.
Yeah. So we will see what will happen in this vertical space. Ryan, I thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank
In
you.
this
I appreciate
podcast.
this. I hope you had fun. I had fun.
No, I don't have
Okay,
fun.
that's fine.
Not with you. No.
Well, I'm not fun, so I get that. It's valid.
Yeah, you have to work on that.
I've met me. I'm
you
not fun.
you have so many bad vibes in you because of your roles.
People are gonna believe that. You know how many people I met at Verticon who were like, "Wow, you're so much less serious than I thought you were gonna be. I thought you were gonna be grumpy," and I was like,
Were they disappointed or what?
I honestly don't know.
I will check that out for you, okay? If what do you think about Ryan Larson?
Oh man, only bad things, I assume. Thanks for the chat and the fun times.
See you soon in Verticals, Ryan.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Have a great time and thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.
This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.